Top order news at this hour. At a high-level United Nations Security Council debate in New York, India's permanent representative took aim at Islamabad's record on terrorism, calling its participation in the debate on civilian protection an affront to the international community. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Harish, slammed Pakistan and said that a nation that makes no distinction between terrorists and civilians has no credentials to speak about protecting civilians.
India has experienced decades of Pakistani-sponsored terrorist attacks across our borders. For such a nation to even participate in a discussion on protection of civilians is an affront to the international community. A nation that makes no distinction between terrorists and civilians has no credentials to speak about protecting civilians.
His remarks came after Pakistan's ambassador to the United Nations, Asim Iftikhar Ahmad, raked the Kashmir issue and spoke about the recent conflict between the two nations. India's strong response to terrorism has found backing from global partners. Germany, in particular, voiced support for India's right to defend itself, especially in the aftermath of its Operation Sindoor counter-strike.
We very much welcome the fact that a ceasefire has now been reached after the military exchange of blows and India's right to defend itself against terrorism. It is now crucial that this ceasefire remains stable and that dialogue takes place in order to find bilateral solutions to the conflict, taking into account the vital interests of both sides. This naturally and self-evidently includes effective cooperation in the fight against terrorism.
While the German foreign minister spoke during a joint briefing with India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, who reiterated New Delhi's firm stance on terrorism, saying that India will deal with Pakistan bilaterally.
India has zero tolerance for terrorism. India will never give in to nuclear blackmail. And India will deal with Pakistan purely bilaterally. There should be no confusion in any quarter in that regard. We also value Germany's understanding that every nation has the right to defend itself against terrorism.
Meanwhile, an all-party parliamentary delegation led by Kanimozi Karunaidi, as part of Operation Sindoor outreach, is currently in Moscow to brief Russian lawmakers about Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Two more delegations led by Congress Member of Parliament Shashi Tharoor and BJP Member of Parliament Baijawant Panda left New Delhi today, while the group led by BJP Member of Parliament Panda will be visiting Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Algeria. Another delegation led by Tharoor will be visiting Panama, Guyana, Brazil and Colombia. Before his departure from Delhi, Tharoor said his team will give the message to the world that India will not be silenced by terrorism.